What's up guys, it's Eric from B-Side. Today we have here a 2023 Toyota Mirai with factory JBL system, and we're going to be installing our Beatsonic Encore Alpha power amplifier. It's a plug and play install for this specific vehicle. It is a little bit more involved in accessing behind the radio, but once you do it, everything's plug and play. On top of that, the difference that this amplifier makes is very significant. It will clear up your sound and you will get the better bass. It almost sounds like you have a woofer in there, and the highs will be very much more clear as well. This is one of the products that are most underrated that we offer, and we guarantee that if you do try this out, you'll be very satisfied. So let's stop the talking, let's get in the car, and let's start the installation. All right guys, now that we're in the car, let's go ahead and remove the radio. The first thing we're gonna do is remove this top dash piece here. It's just being held by clips. Okay, so if you look over here, these are the clips here. You can just pop it out, just kind of pull it in this motion, come out pretty nicely. The next step, we're gonna go ahead and remove this left side of the panel here, because as you can see here, this is two pieces, one here, another piece here. And this side here should be all being held by clips. So let me just go ahead and just start pulling on it. All right, so next we're gonna go ahead and remove this piece right here. It's just being held by clips. So let's go ahead and use a panel removal tool like so. Go ahead and put it inside the side. We're just gonna pry this out like so. Okay, so once we have that, we're gonna go ahead and pull this piece out. Okay, there we go. Then let's go ahead and unplug connectors. Just always press down on the release tab and pull on the connector. Don't pull on the harness. Okay, and then we're going to use a small flathead screw to push this clip in to release it, or you could use a panel removal tool. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, so the next step is we're going to have to go ahead and remove these two pieces over here so that it makes room for this when we remove the top dash piece. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just pull this top pillar piece out. So there's a little clip in here. We basically need to twist the clip. Let's get it off. Oh, okay. There it is. All right, guys. So how we remove this A-pillar is there's going to be these clips inside. It's going to be holding it in place. It's very difficult to try to make it in between this hole. So if you look over here, there's a little release tab on the side over here. So grab a little tool, flathead, or even a Phillips screwdriver, and just push in here. And while you push in here, release, and then you'll be able to pry it out for both. So that's the easiest way. Once you remove those, to remove the speaker connector here, there's a release tab on the side. So press on release tab and pull out. And then we got the A-pillar out. Okay, so once you get the A-pillar out, we're gonna go ahead and remove this big speaker panel above your dash, and then just go ahead and use a panel removal tool, and then we went ahead and undid some clips. It's gonna go all the way across. Okay, we got all that out, and then it looks like that piece needs to come out too, so let me go to the other side. Okay, let's go ahead and just pop this out. It's just being held by clips. Okay, just carefully bring it out like so. All right, now we are ready to remove this piece. Okay, and then there's a clip over there that's for your light sensor. Okay, so we're gonna remove this big piece here. Just be very careful when you handle this. Okay, it's pretty big. Okay, let's go ahead and remove that connector, and then carefully bring this out. All right, so once all that is out, if you look back here, there's gonna be some 10mm bolts. Okay, we got 1, 2, and there should be some on the other side. So let's go ahead and remove this one first. So for this one, I'm not able to fit my socket, so I'm just gonna use a wrench. And I'm gonna go ahead and remove this using a wrench. Okay, once you get it loosened, you should be able to undo it with your fingers. All right, and let's take another. I'll go ahead and remove this one down there. This one I'll use an extension, and then I'll use my ratchet. Okay, next, let's undo the 10 millimeter on this side. Okay, just be careful to not drop this bolt. Alright, okay, so I think those are the only ones out. We're gonna lay a thick towel here and pull it out, and we are going to place it on the towel. Okay, when you're handling this, be careful. There's a lot of brackets and sharp edges that could scratch your interior. And let me go ahead and see where there is room behind the radio. If there's not enough room back here, we could place it up here where the head-up display usually goes. Since this is not the limited model, there's actually some room there. Okay, we could actually place it up here. Let me just try to find a good flat surface that I could double-sided tape to. So it's like right below the speaker to the right of it, okay? All right, let me go ahead and install the harness. So the two connectors we're gonna be disconnecting are these two, middle one and the one to the right. Do not get confused with the other connectors, because if you force it, you could make it fit. And if you make it fit, you're gonna short the radio. So be very, very careful. It's these two connectors here. Okay, and then we're going to use an 8 millimeter, and we are going to ground this wire on the bracket on the side right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and undo this just enough for us to fit the ground hook to. I'm going to slip this in like so, and let's tighten it. All right, that should be good. Okay. Sweet, so we got this. These two connectors are going to connect here to our amp, like so. And then we are going to use some double-sided tape on the bottom, where we are going to adhere to the flat surface to the right of this center speaker. Actually, before we commit to our location, let me go ahead and turn on the radio and just see how it sounds, so that I could determine if I need to make any adjustments to the gain on the amp. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. All right guys, so we went ahead and played around with the sound a bit, and it seems like the optimal is keeping the rear to max gain and bringing down the front so the max is about 5 o'clock, and we brought it back down to like between 1 and 2 o'clock. It seems to be the optimal. All right, so we got this all tuned, set up. Let me go ahead and add some double-sided tape on this half of it so we could slide it and place it on the flat surface. All right, so we added some double-sided tape here. So go ahead and go in there and mount it on the flat surface. All right, so let me show you how we mounted it. So if you look back down here, here is the amp right there. This is the speaker that's right on top. So we mounted to the right of it. So we actually ended up flipping the double-sided tape location to the other side of the box so they could mount it like this. We have the wires coming out from the left side. Be careful of this bolt over here. There's a screw that's coming down for one of the speakers. Don't let it cut you. And then just place it right here, and it's not going anywhere. It's on here. Really, really good. All right, so next, let's go ahead and organize the wires, and then push this back and reverse order everything we just did. So when you push this A-pillar back in, make sure you pop this into place here and then do it, or else you're gonna have a very difficult time pushing it back. Okay. There it is, line it up. There it is. Let's go ahead and film the after to compare between the before and after music quality. Alright guys, well that concludes our installation, demonstration, and before and after video on this 2023 Toyota Mirai with our power amplifier. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, or you can also email us at info@bsonicusa.com. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe for more amazing content in the future. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.